April 11th marks Dog Therapy Appreciation Day, and joining us today is Thomas Shook and Celeste Kiliao with 815 Paws, a therapy dog club. Guys, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So, first things first here, could you talk to us sort of about what some of the differences are between, traditional therapy one-on-one with a therapist and then, adding a dog into the mix?
Well, adding a dog into the mix, a lot of times the dogs will pick up on something going on with the client before the actual therapist will. So when you have a therapist without a dog, they're doing their thing, and then when you add the dog, and the dog actually, like Maya's laying on the ground, she would actually get up and maybe go over to the client, and then that would signal to the therapist, oh, there's something going on in, whether it's mentally or physically or just their hormones in the person's body.
Yeah, and of course, I couldn't leave out Maya, of course, Golden Retriever right here. But yeah, moving on to our next question, having an animal in the room, I think certainly could, make people feel more calm. What are some other benefits of having a dog present, in therapy sessions?
Well, it lowers the blood pressure, anxiety, reduces the anxiety tremendously, and just having, like you said, having a dog present, normally a person will calm down. If they need to pet, if they need to be doing something with their hands, they'll grab and pet the dog. So it does make a big difference in just how the session flows.
Yeah, and then, do dogs need to be certified to become therapy dogs? I suppose, what's that process like? And then also, could you maybe specify the differences between therapy dogs and service dogs?
Yeah, well, let's start with that one first. Service dogs, you are not supposed to pet. You're not supposed to touch. You're not supposed to look at, actually, if they're a true service dog, because 100% of their time needs to be on their owner. And so if you're bothering a service dog, then they're taking away from what their job is supposed to be. And then the other part of the question was?
The
training.
Certification process for therapy dogs.
The training is, you don't really have to go through a whole lot of training. It depends on the dog itself. I try to meet every dog prior to certifying. We do offer a class, and we suggest that every dog takes the therapy class, but whether they take obedience class before that or not, it just depends on the dog. I like to see dogs when they're puppies, because then you can actually go through the session per session of classes, and you can pick out which dog you think would be the better therapy dog. We do have some very specific rules for therapy dogs, at least in our club. I don't know about all of them, but there's no barking, no jumping, no treats. Like today, there's no treats while she's working. We have treats in the car. No aggression, zero tolerance for aggression at all. And a lot of people say, well, what do you do? Well, we kick them out, and we've kicked out 3 or 4 of them in the last couple years.
Gotcha.
So, but then the process is a 6 weeks class. They have to go on 2 supervised visits with me out in the community so I can see the dog actually at work.
Gotcha. Well, that is all the time that we have for our interview today. Thomas, Celeste, thank you guys so much again for joining us.
Thank you.